We are back in Amsterdam at Westerpark, and today we're cracking the ultimate cultural cold case. How did a country that is obsessed with boundaries, strict schedules, and eating a sad piece of cheese on bread for lunch become this massive global melting pot? It makes zero sense. These are people who need a 90-day heads up just to say hi to their mom. But today, absolute chaos in the best way. There are like 20 different nationalities hanging out, and the locals didn't just accept it, they fully adopted it. Stay tuned, because we are diving into how the entire world low-key colonized the Dutch mind.
All right, guys, don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button. Let's roll.
The food revolution. First, we have to address the culinary rescue mission. For centuries, traditional Dutch food was basically designed to keep you alive during a dark winter, not to bring you joy. It was mashed potatoes, kale, and sadness. But thank God for diversity, because the culinary landscape here has been completely saved. The international romance shock. All right, first, we gotta talk about the ultimate plot twist in global dating right now. Dutch men marrying international women. It's happening everywhere. Ladies from Eastern Europe, Asia, Latin America, and honestly, it is the funniest psychological experiment on the planet. Look, Dutch women are legendary. They are independent, they are fierce, and they will look you dead in the eye and say, "Make your own damn dinner, Jan." So when a Dutch guy dates outside his bubble, absolute culture shock. He enters this whole new world where showing love means cooking massive, mind-blowing feasts and actually treating him like royalty. The poor guy doesn't know how to process it. He went from a sad, dry ham and cheese sandwich on a rainy Tuesday to being handed a plate of homemade Indonesian rendang or legendary Eastern European comfort food. He thinks he won the lottery, but he's also low-key terrified because his brain is short-circuiting. He's like, wait, how do I send a Venmo request for emotional availability? Oh, and by the way, your girl can actually cook. Like no smoke alarms, no Uber Eats backup plan, just pure culinary genius. You're welcome.
What are you waiting on?
Spanish vibes and the fun passion. And look at this. We've got a full-blown Spanish fiesta right in the middle of a Dutch park. You've got people pounding tapas, spilling sangria, and hips moving in ways that are technically illegal under strict Dutch logistics. Now, how does a traditionally reserved culture deal with this level of loud, unscripted passion? They absolutely love it. Why? Because it feeds into their ultimate favorite concept, gezelligheid. The Dutch are world champions at being cozy, but the Spanish brought the heat. You see these tall, stoic locals trying to salsa with a plate of churros in their hand? They are completely under the spell of the Mediterranean vibe. It proves that underneath that rigid calendar-driven exterior, the Dutch are desperate for an excuse to loosen up, drop the schedule, and just vibe. Take Surinamese food. If you live in Amsterdam and don't try a proper Surinamese roti or bara, you are legally failing at life. It is the undisputed national comfort food of this city. Then you have the Turkish and Moroccan communities, who didn't just integrate, they completely conquered the nightlife menu. Integration or agreeing to disagree. But here's the real question. Are the Dutch actually happy with all this cultural diversity? If you ask a local, they will give you the most Dutch answer possible. A shrug and a, yeah, it's fine. See, the Dutch don't do dramatic, emotional melting pots like the US. They practice something called polder model, which is a fancy word for we all live below sea level, so if we don't cooperate, we all drown. They don't force everyone to become exactly like them. Instead, they have this beautiful, passive integration. The Dutch community basically said, you keep your amazing music, your incredible spices, and your festivals, and we will keep our strict 6 p.m. dinner times and our agenda apps. We don't have to agree on everything, as long as we all bike on the correct side of the path. It's a policy of live and let live, and honestly, it works beautifully. It creates a society where everyone has space to breathe. The language superpower. Another reason this diversity works so well is the Dutch linguistic flex. Everyone here speaks flawless English. Seriously, you can walk up to a toddler or a 90-year-old grandmother, speak English, and they will answer you with better grammar than most native speakers. Because the local community is so secure in their own language, they aren't threatened by hearing Spanish, Turkish, or Arabic on the streets. They just adapt. It makes Amsterdam this incredibly low-stress international hub where you can experience 10 different cultures in a single afternoon without ever needing a translator. It's a global village run by highly efficient project managers. The lunchbox paradox. But don't think for a second that all this global exposure has changed their core programming. The Dutch DNA is invincible. You can have a beautiful cross-cultural sharing experience, listen to Spanish music, and eat Surinamese fusion. But if a local buys a portion of Turkish baklava to share with the group, they are still mentally calculating exactly how many pieces you ate. The cultural harmony is beautiful, the integration is real, but the tikkie for €1.43 is still coming for your wallet. You can change their diet, but you will never change their spreadsheet.
Yeah, this is on top. If you guys want some, you can order there.
If you've ever had a capsalon, a glorious, chaotic layer cake of fries, shawarma, melted Gouda, and garlic sauce, you have experienced true multicultural harmony in a tin-foil box. The Dutch looked at these flavor bombs, panicked for a second because it wasn't gray or boiled, and then happily lined up for blocks. So, what's the verdict? Is Amsterdam the ultimate proof that total cultural diversity actually works? Or are we all just pretending to get along because the food is too good to fight over? Let's settle this in the comments. What is the absolute best culture clash in the Netherlands? Are you Team Capsalon, Team Suriname's roti, or are you currently trying to learn how to salsa dance while holding a bicycle? Drop your thoughts below, smash that subscribe button, and I'm going to go find some more spicy food.
Don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button. And if you're interested in the Netherlands, watch the next video. Coming!